are your golden rules for an incisive public speaking?
Personally, I think that you don't really have particular rules related to the way of speaking. Surely we need to have a perfect interactive with people. What is really important is try to go in touch at the moment that you enter in your speech. What does it mean? This, it's very important. It doesn't matter if it is smart, if you have a tie or a tight, for example, but it's really important to have direct interactive that people can understand that you are confident with them. And so what is really important, for example, I'm a surgeon, I use slides in my activities, is to realize that you know very well what you are doing and not that you don't know the next slide or the one before. Be honest, be sincere, be, very active in your speech. Try to maintain the attention of the attendees.
My golden rules are very simple. One is just to speak with a loud voice. Another one is to look at the audience, very relevant, to try to focus the topics from the beginning, so to keep the audience very attractive.
The text of the slide should be very clear and also very short, and the character shouldn't be too much small to facilitate the reading in the room. We have to speak very clearly and slowly to be understood, and also is important to outline the most important part of the presentation.
This is a very interesting question because you must initially comply for yourself a straightforward line of the subject and be sure about the message you want to convey to the public, understanding what are the expectations of the public. And this is a very important feature because you must know what the public expects from you in terms of giving the right conclusions and the right take-home message. You should also maintain a very logical line of exposure and not jump from one argument to the other, because that reduces the attention to what you are saying.
How can you keep a lively interest in the audience?
If you are supported by slides or multimedia presentation, you are facilitated in order to try to get the attention, or to maintain the same level during your speech. While using different animation in your slides, try to emphasize some respect to another, different picture, and so people can follow you in an easy way. If you don't have this kind of support, better if you can try to move yourself with hand, better if you can walking, you haven't to stay just stand up and completely stop on your head. It's better in any way if you move your head, try to get the attention. It's really important to maintain the same level. My wife is a teacher and she teach me that at the school, after 2 minutes, 3 minutes, it's very difficult to maintain the level of attention. So you need to do something to improve it.
To keep a lively interest in the audience is rather difficult. What I try to do is just to keep my speech answering questions, relevant questions related to the topic, of course, and to try to answer until a certain point, and then ask another question. That is one of the ways to keep a lively interest in the audience.
It's really important to look at the different area of the public for have the attention of the people participating to the Congress, for example. It's important to change the tone of the voice, and also, if possible, it's important to move in the floor and not to stay too much static during the presentation.
The presentation, as said, must be very straightforward, must be presented with very clear slides without any complex features and complex colors or special effects in the slides, because they all reduce the attention of the audience to what you want to say and make them concentrate on the surprise of all the special effects. And this is a very important feature, the clarity of the slides and the association between what is said and what is clearly appearing on the slide. Another feature that can be useful for, especially for longer duration of talks, might be some joke, but jokes must be told very well and not repeated very often, because as you know, jokes has also very, very short life.
How do you manage objections or questions?
First of all, we need to understand very well the question. And so it's really important to listen to the people making question in order to give a right answer. And the answer must be as shorter as we can. Otherwise we introduce another lecture, and it is not really good for people attending and listening to you. And if there is any remark, it doesn't matter. We must be very careful to answer and to be agree with the people that can, make a remark to your lecture.
To manage the objection, the question is a fundamental part of the speech, because you can use these questions to highlight a relevant point which may be not enough clear during my talk. And that objection can greatly help to highlight that.
It's important to give answer very short and very clear. It's also very important not to speak too much and to be very generic during the answers. And also, if the question is not very clear, it's important to ask again what they mean.
This is a very tricky point because there is a lot of attention and emotion related to questions which you might not have expected. And what is important is to answer with respect and being very sincere. Last point is, if the question is complex or unexpected, it is very smart to try and ask a solution or a proposal, a constructive proposal, to be able to take his point to the audience rather than giving an answer for which you are not sure about.